Hello, 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 Evrites all around the world listening to this live or pre recorded if you're listening in on the podcast or the video on YouTube or Odyssey. I am here to bring the community together to talk about Evrmore. All right, let's go ahead and tweet this out really quick. Give me a second. Bing, bang, boom. There we go. Now let's switch over here. Hello, hello. All right, there we go. Evrmore. Let's see what Evrmore is doing here. First of all, I want to go ahead and just plug in evrmorecoin.org. That's the first website I want to bring your attention to because that has the most important information that you need to know about Evrmore. It has the white paper on top. Of course, read the white paper to understand the basic fundamentals of what Evrmore is all about. But in a synopsis, Evrmore is a blockchain decentralized finance platform with built-in assets and DeFi primitives. It is DeFi focused. It is more secure, crypto friendly, community created, developer attractive, upstream beneficial, distributed mining. It is fast, very, very, very fast. I've downloaded a lot of QT wallets, and this wallet is the fastest. All right, it is developer friendly. All right, Evrmore purpose built and optimized is better than general purpose. All right, that is evrmorecoin.org. Let's head on over to the second site, which is the GitHub. Of course, if you guys want to help improve the Evrmore blockchain, you guys can head over to the github.com/evrmore.org. Let's see, they got the what they have for public is Evrmore branding kit. If you guys need some branding material, they have the white paper here, Evrmore Prog Pow miner. If you guys want to work on a miner or just create your own miner algorithm, they have the CPP Evrmore Ever Prog Pow and a bunch of repositories here for Evrmore. You guys can check it out at github.com/evrmore.org. All right, now I want to bring your attention to where you can store your Evrmore. Aside from the Evrmore Core or QT, there is an app out there called Moontree. You can download that on the App Store. It is great. It is a light client, so you can store that there. You don't have to download the entire blockchain. You download this wallet, and it's free. You can't beat free. This is amazing. And on top of that, it is asset aware. So assets that are being minted on the Evrmore chain, you guys can store them there and see them there. Cool. Same thing goes with the Google Play Store. You can download, once again, Moontree on there, and it is also free. You can store your Raven coin there and your Evrmore coin there, and your assets it is asset aware, which is amazing. All right, let's head on over to ever.cryptoscope.io. This is a block explorer or Solus Explorer here, and it has a lot of information. The latest block is 143,506. And the block spacing is 1 minute apart. Current coins in circulation. I don't even know if I can count those coins. Let's see. 1,000. Let's see. Million. 6.5 trillion coins in circulation. Current hash rate is 65 gigahashes. There's 0 transactions in the mempool. There are currently 80,742 addresses. And let's see. 221,189 transactions to date. Okay. And coins emission, check this out. Whoa, this is interesting. How did that happen? Coins emission from what? I wonder what happened there. I want some explanation, explaining to do here. Let's go. Let's see. This looks normal, right? You know, you see the normal circulation starting from the bottom here. From 281 million, 314, 344, 355, 360. It heads on up to 400 million, 500 million, 600 million, 700 million, and it looks like it goes from, what is that bottom there? 769 million, and straight up to 5,000 million. 5.9 billion. How did that happen? Huh. Please explain. That doesn't look right. There's a fluke here. That is quite interesting. Evrmore devs, a lot of explaining to do there. All right, blocks. Let's head on over to blocks. Let's see what's going on with the blocks. Since it's a new chain, there's not much going on in the blocks. As you can see here, block spacing and confirmations, block size, one transaction, which is typically going to be the Coinbase transaction. Looks like there's one here. There's 10 here. Oh, interesting. 11 here, 8 here, 4 here. Might be some folks minting some assets or just moving coins around. Coin distribution. Yep. Let's see. 1,000, million, billion, 6.5 billion. Wow. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Let's see. This, I want to know what happened here. Why is this address holding, what is that? 1,000, million, billion, 5.1 billion coins. That is insanity. Nearly 80% of the coins to one wallet just minted out of thin air. Huh. That's not good. Evrmore devs, where are you? Interesting. All right. That's not good. Airdropped. Total amount airdropped. Here you go. What is that? 1,000, million, billion, 11 billion, 700 million. Coins claimed. 1,000, million, billion, 6.1 billion. So about half. Top addresses, we just saw that with the 5.1 billion on that address there. Let's see if there's any other transactions within that wallet. I'm curious. Last active when. Oh, it's an address that's been around for a little bit. And there's the current one was on January 23rd, 2023. But they received it on December 1st, 2022. Interesting. I didn't catch that the last month, nor did I look into the Slows Explorer, but now we're here. We're discovering things. Some proper explaining would be nice. I want to know what's going on there. Maybe dev fund. But that's insane. 80%. That's crazy. All right. Let's see where we at next. What do we have next? Coins, coin movements. Okay. Let's see. Coins. Obviously, we saw that going on there. That big old chunk of movement there. That's insanity. Burned coins. Let's see how many burned coins are currently burned with fees. 2,390. Unrecoverably burned. Oh, yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. Burned with fees. Coins burned with fees are deducted from the calculated coin supply and usually compensated from the Coinbase. Now, the unrecoverably burned is unrecoverably burned coins are not deducted from the calculated coins supply and not compensated from the Coinbase. And that's 198,326. Which I'm guessing these are the coins that were not claimed at the time of at the end of the airdrop lockup time period. So when this airdrop happened, there was a protocol added to the chain to prevent anybody from I guess hacking into other chains. So what's interesting about this is that there was a window of, I think, 30 days or 90 days. It was probably 30 days that there was a possibility of people's wallets getting hacked because there was a public exposure of people's private keys. And the idea is to move all your keys out of those, the original airdropped coins that were deposited into the wallets, move them out to a different wallet. Just because the original coins where the airdrop was at is technically exposed keys. So everybody was supposed to move those out, and every wallet that exists that still hold those coins in the original wallet keys from the airdrop are locked up to prevent anybody from hacking into those. Hopefully I explained that properly. I sound like I just confused myself. I know what I said, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. Moving over to assets. There are currently 912 non-admin assets count. Admin assets count is 426. And let's see, regular 36%. What is this? Unique assets 50%. Interesting. And what's this over here? Tags 1.1%. Sub assets 10.4%. And restricted assets 0.7%. Interesting. Let's scroll down. Let's see, what do we have here? Ooh, interesting. Recently created assets. Let's see, IndieBose, LSJ07, Eversea, Satori, Eversea, user, mail, dir, user, message, Eversea, name. And recent asset movements as of, there hasn't been any movements in the past like 3-4 days. IndieBose was the last one. Interesting. So there's not much activity going on here. Let's see. Last block reward is 2,500. Average is 2,500. Hash rate 64.5 gigahashes a second. The difficulty is 836. And you can see it's pretty much holding. What is that? 92 in February 1st. 92.1 gigahashes. Let's see, somewhere in the middle here, 82.5 gigahashes. And what's this? This is 73.5 gigahashes. And 54.5 gigahashes. Interesting. 65. So yeah, it looks like it does fluctuate quite a bit. Network. Let's see what we got going on in network. There's 111 connections count, which is actually not bad. I'm surprised there's actually 111. That means people are actually downloading the QT. Look at that. That is actually pretty good. I'm surprised. I am actually surprised there's that many. Wow. That is amazing. I do have a QT as well. It's currently not on, but yeah. This is interesting. Huh. Mine's probably one of those that are out of sync. All right, markets. What do we have in markets? There is no price for the market. The price for Bitcoin currently is at 23,247. Wow, really? Let's see. Yeah, that's it for markets. There's currently no market for Evrmore. Chain statistics, transaction per second. Let's see. Is there any data here? Is it loading? Yeah, it's loading. That was a weird load. Okay, yeah. Let's see, what do we have? It fluctuates up on, let's see, October 30th, 2022 for 0.063 transactions all. And let's go over here to the end. February 4th, 0.046. Oof. And it goes lower to current date to 0.038. Wow. Transaction type. Looks like a lot of them were made in November. And then it dips down. I mean, it's not stopping. People are still making assets, which is pretty good. There's activity here. I'm actually surprised that there's still, well, what is this? Yeah, that's quite interesting. So there is activity going on. Obviously, we don't look through the entire historical blocks, but there's activity going on. Addresses. There is a consistent growth of addresses. Wow. People are still making addresses non-stop. Wow. That is quite interesting. How much do we have here? We have, looks like 80,743 addresses. Blocks. Average block size. This is what? Oh, this was the Genesis block. Yeah, and then it goes down to just a couple bytes. Ouch. It looks like around like 1,000 bytes, I would say. From 1.6 million bytes to, and that was, you got to keep in mind, that was like the entire a Ravencoin timestamp and all the addresses associated with it that they implemented here on Ravencoin, or excuse me, on Evrmore. And then from there, these are all just people already in the community, in the Evrmore community, just creating transactions. So it looks like about an average of 1,000 bytes. Transaction fee rate. Oh, interesting. The fee rate does go up over time depending on how much the network is utilized. Oh, that is quite interesting. I mean, it's not bad at right now, but I can see how this can easily become an issue if blocks get some activity here. Supply. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, moving down. Coins destroyed. Huh. Coin days destroyed. Coins movement. Yeah. Asset count. Whoa. Asset transaction type. Proof of work hash rate. So it was up at, whoa, well, yeah, that's crazy. 211 gigahashes on November 4th. 216.4 gigahashes down to 57 gigahashes. Wow. Proof of work difficulty from 3.023 thousand down to wow, 802. So difficulty is not good. Testnet Explorer. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, we don't need to look at testnet. Let's move on. What do we have here? The Rebel Explorer Ever mainnet. Okay, let's refresh that. See what we have here. Well, it looks like just a generic. Yeah, it looks like just a generic Explorer, just with the current transaction here. From, it looks like, yeah, Raven Rebels. Well, thank you. Let's see what else do we have here. If you just want to search your address or assets. Okay, cool. There it is. Check that out. All right, next we have Save Trade. Oh, the exchange. So there is actually an exchange here that you can, I guess, sell your Evrmore. In the top volume here is the Ever Raven pair. Now let's go to Ever here. Where's Ever? EV. Where? Where's the Ever pair? Is there a search bar somewhere here? I don't see a search bar. Why isn't there a search bar? Come on. Okay, whatever. Let's click on search EVR. So there's three pairs. There's EVR/BTC and EVR/RVN and EVR/safe. And it looks like it's actually going up in price. So that's pretty good. That's real good for anybody that's trying to sell some Ever. So if you're into Evrmore and you want to use an exchange or buy Evrmore, you can go to safe.trade. All right, now for the NFT market, there is eversea.io, and this is specifically for Evrmore assets. You can sign up here. You can create your Evrmore assets, sorry, NFTs, your unique assets, and sell them here on the market. Or if you like something that's here, you like an artist's work, you guys can buy it off of them. Which some of this stuff looks pretty good. I don't know about those. I'm not much into the pixelated work. Let's see what else there is. Yep, there you go. That top stuff was pretty good. I like that. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Yeah. There you go, eversea.io. Okay, next we have the metaverse. And yes, Evrmore does have a metaverse that you guys can hang out in. As you can see, there's been a lot of people hanging out here. Currently, they're all offline, but people did test it and checked it out and thought it was pretty good. So maybe you might want to check it out. This is what's cool about this particular metaverse is that you can pretty much use it on any device, whether it be your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, your Apple device, your Android device. Heck, even a smartwatch if you have it. It's web based, so you don't have to download anything, and you just have fun. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. We're showing you one little quick game here. Bleep. Oh, wrong way. Which way? This way? I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, this way. Whoa. Little turbo boost there. And that is a lap. There you go. You can have audience here talking. Cool, huh? That is the metaverse. All right. Last but not least, we have cryptoarticles.com. What is a more simple solution for decentralized finance? If you guys want to read this article, here it is at cryptoarticles.com. Thank you, JC Keene, for writing this. And it just gives you general information of what Evrmore is and how it's the relationship between Evrmore and Ravencoin. If you guys want to hang out with the community, there is a Discord channel for it. And let me just keep scrolling down. Just give me a moment here. This is a long article. Yeah, there's a lot of good information here. Wow. Cool. All right. Now, jumping over to Discord. Yep. Jumping over to Discord. If you guys want to hang out here, there is a Discord available for Evrmore. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap it up. It looks like no one showed up today. But there is channels that are active. There is price chat. People are talking about prices. And I'm sure about exchanges and stuff. Let's see. Let's go to development. Their dev meeting. There hasn't been anything going on dev meeting. What's going on in testnet here? Since last, let's see, December, whip faucet forever. There's a couple links here. Han says add Hyperbit. I added Hyperbit testnet for Explorer and testnet faucet to the evermorecoin.org main website. Thank you. Then January 24th, MetaStacks responds at Hans Schmidt. Is there any Evrmore test? Is there in Evrmore testnet Qt? And Hans responds, sure, just Evrmore-Qt-testnet. Also explore at evrt.cryptoscope.io. All right, now in the development channel, there's a little bit more activity here. We'll jump back up to, I don't know, let's see, January 9th. What's this here? This is a lot of talk here. Yeah, January 8th. Well, let's see. Kai responds, most centralized exchanges will want a fee in lien of the, well, hold on. He's responding to, I also think that this project, unlike Ravencoin and like Ethereum, frankly, I find the old school ICOs ran less transparent and many. Most Kai responds, most centralized exchanges will want a fee in lien of the sort of volume I spoke about here. This is why I have been reaching out to as many decentralized exchanges as possible to get the project's feet wet. Reception has been good, but they still need word from someone with GitHub access. I just have no way around that. If the team here makes actual efforts on the lines I've dropped, then I have no issues dropping more. It seems to me they're having difficulty figuring out where their carts and horses are, especially now that a community has somewhat developed and the project isn't under attack from key influencers upstream. I personally figured that needed to be cleared out first, otherwise it would be difficult to work without getting momentum undercut. I see clear paths forward, and there are many. It will be fun to watch this project grow or explode into million pieces. Either way. Kai responds, I ignored this because I seriously can't tell if you are joking. I figured there would be some dumb emoji or something coming afterwards to indicate as such. It either demonstrates you have no idea how any of this works or you're just a boring troll. Either way, if you really don't know, you probably don't belong in this channel. Hans responds, even a decentralized exchange needs... he's responding to a message that was deleted. Even a decentralized exchange needs devs to write and maintain the code as Komodo does for Atomic Dex. I assume that Kai means he is reaching out to as many of those devs to determine which decentralized exchanges are appropriate for the Evrmore to integrate with and to get links to information about how to go about doing so. Hans responds to Kai, I understand. I plan to follow up on the information you have provided. Just need some time as I am buried in things to do, including trying to set aside some time for coding and spending time discussing with other devs who may contribute to our roadmap workload so that we can speed up development. Hans responds, please try to keep things civil. Not everyone. He's responding to Kai. Please keep things civil. Not everyone can be as experienced and knowledgeable as you. We build a community by educating and serving. Kai responds to Hans. There is no rush. Take your time with whatever. I just want to make sure I'm not writing stuff up for no reason. Kai responds again to Hans. Will do my best. That ethos, if you will, is one I encourage, foster, and support in blockchain in general. That users in particular tend to troll with a large overall percentage of their posts, so I try to address it accordingly. Users have never encountered, wouldn't receive any such reply from me. It would be more like at Bang Winding Coils, if you didn't already know, while the exchange itself may be decentralized in that it operates across a distributed network, there are developers and others who oversee the project. BISC, for instance, has a DAO for governance, and listing still requires approval to make a best effort to prevent scams / zombie coin listings / etc. At Kinkajou, why would you post I'm a dumb script kiddie, then delete it? Does it somehow give you self-esteem? Kinkajou responds to Kai. That doesn't sound like something I'd do. Please take this to off topic. Kai responds, just curious. Kai responds to Kinkajou. Oh, alright. You would rather lie about it than address it. That's cool. I have written mountains of original software. In fact, I thought I have showed you the accounting software I wrote. However, if you prefer to continue to spread your limited knowledge and misinformation, I will continue to not stop you. Maybe I showed it to someone else. I knew you were a liar who certainly should never practice again, but I also figured you'd try to limit. Who knows it, Kinkajou? Anyways, Bang Winding Coils, I did answer your question regarding to decentralized exchanges if you were in fact genuinely curious. All right, moving over to January 9th. That sounded like a headache. Neil posts a screenshot of adds the second IPFS field to asset metadata, and highlighted says one of the IPFS fields is treated as immutable once the asset is issued, even during reissued. The second IPFS field is always mutable, even for the unique assets and other non-reissuable assets. This change needs additional RPC and GUI support. Neil responds, what exactly does this mean for unique assets, specifically when they are transferred? Will it mean that the immutable IPFS underscore data field is persisted and available in each transfer transaction? Hans responds to Neil. The intent is to specifically address the concerns expressed in github.com/ravenproject/ravencoin/issues/336 and github.com/ravenproject/ravencoin/issues/547. I haven't thought through all the details for a long time, but I concluded that a mutable IPFS field plus an immutable IPFS field was called for, stored as part of the assets database separate from the memo field in transactions. Kai responds to Hans, been wondering if that second field or Evrmore in general, can't be used with this. Recently, call me nostalgic. Here's a link to medium.com/public to upgrading Flow to Pin to build content-rich Web3 applications. Hans Schmidt responds to Kai, need to check the source code. I seem to remember the IPFS field on Ravencoin accepting OIP strings as valid, or maybe that was only discussed. Kai responds to Hans, I recall the same off when I go. Kai responds to Hans again, 99.9999% sure it works. Gonna try it on ever shortly. Kai responds, or post, okay, couple things I was planning with and was able to get onto the chain. Number one, edit the data in the transaction below is user-defined LOL. It's just that someone hashed a JPEG out for some reason and went over there to ask what the deal was, and all we could conclude was it's a mighty big JPEG. I'll come back to Arswave at some point. Sample transaction, not the one I put on the asset though, just picking random stuff. viewblock.io/rweave/tx/ooq, and there's an address there. Number two, I was also able to get a Utopia pub key on the chain. We'll also look into this, and he posts the pub key there. All right, moving over to January 30th. Seal Clubber responds to our post at Hans Schmidt. You had the chance to test the 40 series with EPP miner? Hans responds to Seal, no, I'll defer to mining experts for that, but I will set aside some time soon to build and upload a new test version of Everprog POW miner using the 40 series code from Timbers 007, so that if any of the miners have interest in the interest and the hardware, they can check it out. Have you heard any confirmation that it works on Kapal miner? So Clubber responds, I could not find a test subject to test with, hence why I asked if you had, but I'll try some more later. Moving over to February 3rd, B. Lee post, for further development, can we get rid of the toxic person in the chat? It's hard to stay here with toxic people running people off the Discord. Well Street responds to B. Lee, yes. And that concludes development up to date. Well then, Ravenites. Unfortunately, I didn't get anyone to join me today. Hopefully next month will be better. We'll see what happens. I know that there was a State of the Union address today, and some of the guys messaged me that they weren't able to participate because they were watching that, and maybe that was the reason why we didn't get a group in today. So with that said, Everites and the Evrmore community, I wish you all farewell, and until next time, stack sats. And oh, hold on, you know what I need to plug in? Cointree. If you guys want to support C3 Media, you guys can donate here. We do accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ravencoin, also any assets if you want. Evrmore, also if you have any assets, Dogecoin, Tron, Litecoin, Monero, BAT, BSC, Matic. And if you guys want to get connected with us, we do have a website, Discord, YouTube, Twitter. We have an Odyssey, which is like Web3 of YouTube. Bitcoin Lightning, Twitch, Spotify, PayPal, Anchor Podcast if you guys want to listen to the podcast, and a few links there. So, with that said, Cryptonauts, stack sats, and huddle. Adios.